Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, grassroots sport in Wales has faced unprecedented challenges. While elite sport was able to continue behind the closed doors of Cardiff's most expensive sporting landmarks, ongoing lockdowns and restrictions forced local parks and outdoor spaces to shut off all non-elite sport. One of these spaces was Trelai Park in Caerau. Alongside its neighbour, Ely, Caerau is ranked as one of the most deprived communities in Cardiff. The park has recently been allowed to reopen its doors to the community, unrestricted.
Come round again, on the buzzer, get ready, off you go. 1, 2, 4,
My name's Mark Atkins, 48 years old, former amateur and professional boxer.
Keep it there, keep it. All of you, keep your hands up, one in front of the other.
I had to retire early. I had a damaged palsy, which is the muscles that operate the back of the eye. And then I had a phone call off Ronnie Rush, who's another trainer, and he asked me if I'd help him. So I went up to Ronnie's gym, which was on Grand Avenue in Ely. I was there for 13 years. Then I had a chance of taking this place on and opening it up as a boxing gym. That was 5 years ago, and here I am now, for my sins. The kids that come in here, right from the ages of 8 all the way up to, there's some that come here that are 30, 40 years old. Majority of them, I'd say 98% of them are all from the Ely area. Some of them have been with me for the whole 5 years. Some of them were with me before I came here, brought them here, and they've stayed with me, but they're all local, every one of them.
Let's go, straight down, let's go! Right! Hey.
Boxing is, in my eyes, is one of, if not the hardest sport in the world. You know, you're going to have somebody punching you on the nose. Everybody loves it. They all want to do it. They all love, I want to do it. They get punched on the nose. They don't want to do it then. You know, nobody wants to get punched. But you learn everything in here. You learn respect, you learn discipline, respect of your opponent, of your other colleagues, the ones who you're training with, and your coach as well. You know, I give them all a bit of a leeway. You've got to enjoy it. You know, that whatever sport you do, you've got to enjoy it, as well as, you know, the hard, the nitty-gritty part of it. So I always try and throw a bit of humour in.
I'll fold you up like a piece of paper.
So that they, you know, I know that they'll be back. I've had many parents said, oh, they've loved it, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them, they'll never ever put a pair of gloves on the fight, but it's the discipline, just the mental attitude that some of them come in with, and then when they leave slightly different, you know, which is, you know, it's all good. It can only be good for them, good for me as well, for my mental state. You know, sometimes I need to come and let off a bit of steam, and you know, so I'll have a go.
Round you go. Wait till I haven't you yet before.
But all the kids, they seem to enjoy it. You know, I've had no complaints yet. Touch wood.
My name's Trelai, and I'm an amateur boxer for Caerau and Ely Boxing Club.
I'm Shay Jenkins and I box for Caerau and Ely, amateur boxer.
My name's Thomas Jones and I'm an amateur boxer for Caerau and Ely ABC. This place means so much to me because it's helped me gain my motivation to keep on doing more training and helping me get more fitter.
Come on, get straight back to the jab. Don't wait too long.
Boxing helps me stay out of trouble a lot because Like if I was to hang around with my normal friends, I'd be getting into a lot of trouble and doing things I shouldn't be doing. So boxing is like helping people. If you're ever low, I'll go gym and I'll just train on the bags, just to get my anger out and everything that's on my mind, just get it out of my bags.
Over the years I've become more mature and I know how to calm myself down in a situation, and I know how to just step aside from all the bad influences.
This COVID is detrimentally, it's been crazy, absolute crazy. I've had countless telephone calls, email messages, literally hundreds of messages when is the gym opening. I had a couple of youngsters that have gone off the rails as well, you know, they haven't been able to come here and they've all been out on the streets with mates, and I had a couple of parents say, oh, when's it opening, he's out with the wrong crowd, you know, he's doing this, doing that. All the rules and regulations that are being in place, you know, they're huge, you know, they have a massive effect on everybody's mental health, you know, it's not just mine, it's all the kids that are training, the parents, you know, the parents are trying to sort something out for their children, they can't, you know, and there's only so much I can do. We tried the Zoom thing, it just didn't work. I was doing it on my own, I was in front of a camera, there was no one on the other side, you know, they all said, yeah, we'll do it. And I'm like, jab, anybody there? And there's no screens, there's nobody doing it, just and so, you know, I threw that in the bin. So, you know, the boxing, it needs to be, it's got to be, it's got to be live, you know, it's got to be live. It's not something you know, you can't play boxing. It's a hard game. So, you know, you need to be in a gym and you need to be training.
I'm Liam McKay. I'm chair and co-founder really of Caerau and Ely Minis and Juniors, based at Trelai Park. You can see behind the football and rugby going on, we've got the boxing club just to the side of us. It's really like a hive of sport for the Ely and Caerau communities. Yeah, it's good to see people down here enjoying themselves, you know, post-COVID. Difficult to say what it's had on the sport up until now. I think we'll see longer term effects probably. But the impact on some of the families within the club has been stressful. We've had some suicides within the club, within the football and the rugby club. The impact really on the kids and their families has been just nothing to get out of bed for really on weekends and stuff. And it's not just them, it's the coaches as well. A lot of people were worried about kids coming back and the impact on the kids, but for some of our parents it's one of the only days really they've got something to get out of bed for and come and cheer on.
Good shot. Through.
We pride ourselves on a more than rugby programme here, so we work with the food bank, we work with the boot bank, and just to provide everything we can really and take away barriers to taking part in sport. An important part of our work is getting out to schools, supporting schools, because at the end of the day everyone who plays for us will go to school in the area. In the top 7 schools in Wales for free school meals, 5 are in Ely and Caerau, so you're looking at anywhere between 65 and 70% free school meals. So there's 1,200 kids in Cardiff West, there'll be about 750 kids receiving free school meals. So that shows really the demographic and some of the barriers that families might face financially. So if we can offer any support to schools, heading out and delivering some rugby sessions, obviously it's great for the club and publicity wise, but the kids in the schools are getting something out of it as well at the same time.
I'm Kobe Flowers. I'm Caerau and Ely Youth head coach. I've been with these boys since they were under 15s, so just coming up to 3 years I think. It was quite an easy decision to come here and coach and try and build it because, you know, it's been in the family that, you know, my father played for the club, my brother played for the club as well, so that, you know, it was the right decision.
From the width of the field, you're going to go sprint and you're going to jog. Okay.
It's always had the reputation of, well, not really known for a good reputation, I guess. You know, there's a lot of drugs, a lot of, like, you know, crime back when I was growing up, a lot of sort of naughty groups, if you will, really. And it's very easy to get involved in those things. There wasn't much for kids back then. There wasn't much, you know, sport-wise anyway, to try and engage people. So, yeah, to do what I do now is to try and stop these boys from going down that path. You know, ensure that they get an opportunity, an equal opportunity at life, and being able to go to university or college and do some work at an apprenticeship if it means that we know someone and we can help them out, and also gain some skills in playing a bit of rugby as well.
I'm rocking. Alright.
COVID did have a massive impact on us because it completely shut the world down. So it was easy for the boys to sit at home and play Xbox and eat rubbish food and put weight on and not have to get out of the house and socialise. So it probably worked for them.
Lambert lens, keep going. Come on, you've done one bloody lap. You're puffing, what's going on?
But I think after a long time it became more of a mental effect and a mental challenge for us as coaches as well. So we tried our best to stay engaged.
Ready, set, up.
And of course, you know, a lot of boys went away 3-4 inches smaller, you know, come back 3-4 inches taller, and you know, there was just such an odd balance where some come back left as a winger, come back as a front row prop, and vice versa. So it was a funny thing, but you know, yeah, we've worked hard really since probably March to, you know, get back into the work we put in before COVID, and we're doing well so far, so fingers crossed we can maintain that. Over the last sort of 2 years, you know, I was unwell. It took me, over the last year especially, it's been publicly, you know, out there that I've been unwell, and it wasn't until July last year that I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I know last time I did a video with nearly 5,000 views, so I've been nervous doing this one. But no, I mean, like I said, we just got to keep going. I was recently asked this week, I think, what my advice would be to anyone else sort of suffering from cancer and going through the same sort of thing that I'm going through. And to be honest, my reply was, take it personally, take the challenge personally.
Coaching has helped me massively in this last year, coming down here, and I probably shouldn't have, probably wasn't allowed at times, you know, but to come down here, teach the boys when I probably had no hair, no eyebrows, and it's freezing cold, and I've just finished treatment.
TJ, on our side. Where's our coaches? We are the second best player.
But you know, it's what I love to do, and it made me focus and helped me focus on the end goal, which was defeating, you know, this disease, which I can gladly say that I've done now at the moment, and touch wood, it stays like that. But yeah, it's been a massive help. I don't think they know really how much they've supported me through it, and sort of kept me focused on it. And it's good to be here the other side now, you know, with everything sort of clicking together, to be here cancer free, to be, you know, still here coaching the boys as we enter a bit of a competition, you know, for the first time. It's our first youth as well in 34 years, something like that, so it's a massive achievement.
Keep going. Let's go. Cross pass, finish it off.